Greetings fellow CCG fans, Ravendark here, bringing you another MTG Arena video. And this time we're going to be looking at a green-red Sarkhan's Unsealing deck with a bit of a Dino theme. So it's Sarkhan Stomp. And let's get into some of the cards. Of course we're going to be playing 8 mana dorks. So we have Llanowar Elves and Drover of the Mighty, which works really well with our dinosaurs. So we end up having a 3/3. I can add 1 mana of any color, which is especially handy trying to get out our Sarkhan's Unsealing. Sometimes we just don't have a mountain available, and the Drover of the Mighty works great for that. And of course we do with our Llanowar Elves. If we get a Llanowar Elves on turn 1, we can still turn 2 either Steel Leaf Champion, Colossal Majesty, or Gift of Paradise. And what's nice about this is we can play Colossal Majesty or one of these 3 drops into Sarkhan's Unsealing. So we actually have something to do on turn 3 fairly often. And of course Colossal Majesty, it allows us to keep getting gas after we started casting some of our big minions, which is quite fantastic. We are playing a lot of dinosaurs to get the Drover of the Mighty online, though we do have, a few minions that are not dinosaurs. So let's look at those. Of course, Steel Leaf Champion, Premier 3-drop, and since it has more than 4 attack, it works with our Sarkhan's Unsealing to deal 4 damage. And then our 4-drop, Inferno Hellion, actually has 7 attack, which most of our minions do, which allows Sarkhan's Unsealing to do an AoE clear, because whenever you cast a creature spell with power 7 or greater, Sarkhan's Unsealing will deal 4 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker that they control. So it's really quite handy. You can wipe out their planeswalkers. Very fantastic. So 4 mana, 7 attack minion that can deal 4 damage to their entire board is pretty handy. But oftentimes, once we play Sarkhan's Unsealing, we play this on turn 3 or 4, and then we have our mana to play the Gigantosaurus on turn 5, which of course also has 10 attack, so it can deal damage to the whole board. Now the Regisaur Alpha, he does not, but being able to give all of our other dinosaurs haste is pretty nice. Carnage Tyrant, of course, just a very, very huge threat. Can't be countered, and it's hexproof. Makes it very sticky, very hard to deal with. And of course, it also has 7 attack, so it gets to deal damage to the entire board. And Ghalta, such a lovely dinosaur. So lovely. Deals, of course, 4 damage to the entire board, just like our other giant monsters, but having Trample is incredibly powerful. Allows us to get in there even if they have other large minions that Sarkhan's Unsealing doesn't kill. And then Verdant Sun's Avatar, along with Gift of Paradise, gives us just a tiny bit of heal, so that maybe we can survive, though I haven't actually gotten to play Verdant Sun's Avatar, except maybe once or twice. But I still wanted to have it as a 1-of, and of course it's also a dinosaur. We are playing 25 lands, most of it's green, and I do have Evolving Wilds to try and make sure that we get at least our 1 mountain, because that's all we need. It's just 1 mountain for the Hellion, the Unsealing, and the Regisaur. So anyway, it's a pretty fun deck, and also this deck is rotation proof, so there are no cards that are going to be rotating out of the format. So once the Magic the Gathering Arena goes into open beta, you could actually play this. Anyways, let's get into some games. Alright, so here we are playing against Stromkirk. Stromkirk Slitthroat. That's quite a name. So we do have the Drover, so we can play Sarkhans, but not having a red is a little bit of a problem. I think we should definitely keep this. Let's see what Stromkirk has for us. Turn 2 Drover of the Mighty should be pretty good. See if he wants to Fatal Push. Nope, he might not have it. So next turn Sarkhans would be fantastic. Okay, looks like we're going to be able to do it. That's all that much better. Nope, no attacks. Next turn we can Gigantosaurus. And attack in with the Drover probably. Certainly looks that way. No blocks. Could even play Carnage Tyrant, but I think I'll start with this. Actually, if we play Carnage, yeah. Yeah, I guess either is, both are the same. Yeah, let's start with the Gigantosaurus. What's nice is all of these cards are capable of dealing all the damage. So if he'll play something else, and he will. Rootbound Crag into Carnage Tyrant. And the opponent has seen enough. Yes, that is quite understandable. So here we are playing against Harpio. See what he has. I think I can keep this. Got some decent cards. Not should be okay. We can Evolving Wilds for a mountain. And then we have all our red mana situated. We won't let our opponent know what we're up to yet, so we'll play Evolving Wilds at the end of their turn. Okay. Steel Leaf Champion. Well, maybe it would have been better to have a forest, but didn't know I was going to get you, so. Oh, Knights, okay. Hopefully he can't deal with Sarkhan's Unsealing. Colossal Majesty is pretty good to have, so we can get that card draw rolling. But I do need another land. So without another land, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. Ideally a green land. So hopefully not a mountain. Okay. We can get run over really quickly if we don't end up getting any lands. Looks like we may have a non-game. Oh wow. Okay, well, better that than the Sarkhan's Unsealing. Gift of Paradise is pretty good. Keeps us alive. Will allow us to play Sarkhan's Unsealing. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to destroy it. If he can destroy Sarkhan's Unsealing, that is going to be the game for sure. Well, it's going to be close. I imagine he has some more damage in hand. Yeah, we can't I don't think we can survive here. Have to play the Steel Leaf Champion. It was just a bit too fast. We didn't have the mana we needed. Looks like he may even have a way to deal with the Steel Leaf Champion. Wow. We play Sarkhan's Unsealing, but sadly we just can't survive his next attack. So that will be game. We are playing against EV Dominator. Wow, what a terrible, terrible land. Well, this is better. I think I can keep this. Colossal Majesty. No, not really what I'm looking for. And we'll go ahead and keep what I have on the down low for now. Llanowar Elves, okay. I did play this guy earlier, so he had an elf deck of some kind. So Sarkhan's Unsealing is going to be really great for us. As long as he doesn't have a way to destroy it. We're playing at a rather rapid pace here. Okay. Gets a couple extra mana. So a very unfortunate draw, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead and kill the Warlord so he can't get quite so much mana. Next turn we can play the Carnage Tyrant and hopefully wipe the board, though he might be able to buff this guy. I think he can only buff him once, though. If he has a spell he can kick this turn. No blocks. Okay. So he's going to try and get some damage in there this turn. Pretty close. We should be okay now. Depending on what he has next turn, it may be all over. And that'll do it. So that was Sarkhan's Stomp. It's a pretty fun deck to play. I do enjoy Sarkhan's Unsealing, even though it can get overrun by very fast decks like Red Deck Wins. Also the Knights, as you saw in one of the prior games. And also mono green, it tends to beat us at our own game, and they often will have enchantment removal, and that's really kind of the weakness. So if you don't draw Sarkhan's Unsealing, or if they have lots of enchantment removal to get rid of your powerful enchantments, then you just have some big stompy minions. And if they have removal for those, which so often they do in control decks, you just end up losing. But it is a very fun deck, and of course this one is rotation proof. So if you like to try it, feel free, and thanks again for watching.